Hello and welcome to Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. And Randy Cooper, our animal wrangler, and I are starting off with my favorite dog in the shelter right now. This is Oreo, and he is about 2 years old. He's a pit bull mix, and he is just a lovable guy with a lot of great personality. He's very well behaved in my experience. He knows sit, he knows paw, he knows down. He's the type of dog that when you go out and you're at a park, he's going to sit and lay at your feet and hang out and be very chill and relaxed. But he's got a goofy side. He likes to roll around and play. He's very active. He loves squeaky toys. He walks pretty nicely on a leash for a strong guy. He's gentle when he takes treats. He's just got a lot of great things going for him. One of the things that it's important to note when you're looking at his medical profile is that he did test positive for Ehrlichia. And that is one of the 4 tick-borne diseases that we test for here at Animal Control. That one is related to blood clotting. So it's something that you treat with antibiotics, just like you would with like Lyme disease. So he is on his treatment for doxycycline for about 28 days, 30 days. And that's something, that disease, you just have to monitor if he was having surgery or anything like that. It's something that sometimes, because it has kind of different tiers to it, can eventually kind of dissipate, or it could be a chronic thing. You just want to make sure that you're aware of that and you consult your vet and understand that before taking Oreo on, just so that you're prepared for all of the things that Oreo would bring to your family. He is very, very affectionate. He kind of thinks that he's a lap dog sometimes. He likes to give hugs and cuddle, but he is just a fantastic pet. He's going to make a wonderful addition to any family. Just because of his breed and his size, he is going to need somebody who's willing to give him a lot of playtime, a lot of exercise. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a large yard. You just have to have a plan for taking him out on walks and hikes and to the dog park and things like that, so that he can work out that energy. He is not a dog that would probably do well being crated, because we have a note that says that he specifically does not like being crated. So you'd have to have some sort of other plan for Oreo if you were going to be out for long periods of time during the day. But if you're interested in adding Oreo to your family, you can visit him here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. We are open to the public 6 days a week. Our next guest is Nico, and she is a 2-year-old husky mix. She came to the shelter as a stray, but we were able to obtain a lot of vet records and things like that for her, so we do know that she has been owned. So we have a lot of information that we can give to you that normally we wouldn't be able to have for a stray. A lot of people are interested in the huskies. We have 2 on the floor right now. Nico is one, and then Lucy. Almost all of our huskies are adopted through a puppy process. Huskies are very beautiful and they are very sweet, but sometimes if they are not properly trained from a young age and properly socialized, they can have some small behavioral issues. And so a lot of the time, the ones that end up here with us are the ones that have some of those issues. So we want to make sure that we are adopting them out to the best homes for these animals. So they are often adopted through our puppy process. And Nico is one of those dogs. We will take up to 4 applications for her, and then again find the best home suited for her. It's important that the dog fit into your existing lifestyle. If the dog doesn't match your lifestyle, then often times they end up back here with us. We do have several restrictions on her. We would prefer that she have an owner who has that husky experience. That is going to be a required thing for her. Also, older children or an adult-only home, and also no chickens or poultry. So a lot of times people don't understand why we're putting those restrictions on our animals. It's to give them the best home that we possibly can and to prevent any incidents of negative behavior. For example, Nico is, as you can see, very playful, very sweet. She likes affection, but she doesn't like to have her mouth or her feet handled. So she can be a little mouthy when people are trying to do things like that for her. Small kids often don't understand that they can't can't touch those areas of the dog's body. They don't understand the body language that the dog's putting off, and sometimes they can get hurt. So our way of avoiding that, when we know that dogs or cats for that matter have that tendency to be mouthy, is to not put small kids in those situations. She's very friendly, she's very excited, she reacts favorably to other dogs, she play bows, gets excited. She's easy to obtain in her kennel. She can be a little hard to walk because she likes to run back and forth. She likes to jump around when you make eye contact with her, but she doesn't have any issues with food aggression. She willingly lets go of objects, and she loves to be petted and touched. So she's got a lot of great things going for her. We do have some applications for her already because, as I mentioned, she's going to be adopted through that puppy process. And we're hoping that we can find her a great forever home for her in the coming days and weeks. Our next dog is Jupiter. He's another one of our pit bull mixes that we have available for adoption. As you can see, he's full of energy. He is a year and a half to 2 years old, and he was previously owned. His owner brought him into us because they said that they were unable to give him the care that he needed. And as you can see, he has a lot of energy, so he's a dog that's going to need to go out and have lots of space to run, either in your yard or taking him on long walks, hikes, taking him to the play yard. As you can see, he loves to play. So he has to have someone who's committed and has the time to give him that kind of attention and exercise that he needs and deserves. He is very treat motivated, which we've seen today, and he already knows sit and down, so he understands those basics. And he's also toy motivated, so he should be fairly easy to train as long as you're using the correct motivation and you're doing it in the correct way. As far as the assessments that we've done on him, he is pretty good about keeping his kennel clean. He's very excited. As you can see, he's excited when he sees people. He play bows and gets excited when he's with other dogs. He's difficult to obtain because he does get so excited to see people. So just keeping him calm, making it easier for you to get your leash on would be good. He is difficult to walk in that he pulls, like many of our strong dogs. So just keeping him on a harness would be very beneficial. It gives you more control, makes it easier for you, and it makes it more comfortable for the dog. He loves to be petted. He leans in and enjoys that, and he'll lick your face as he's doing right now. So he's very, very sweet. He just needs someone who's going to understand his energy needs and his exercise needs and can provide him with those suitable things. We don't have any restrictions on Jupiter, so any family that has, again, the time and understands what he needs would be a great fit. If you have kids who want to go out and run and play with a dog in the yard, then maybe Jupiter is what you're looking for. And you can visit Jupiter here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Our adoption fee for adult dogs like Jupiter is $92.50, and that includes spaying or neutering dogs, microchipping them, their county license, their rabies vaccine, distemper and bordetella vaccines, dewormer, flea and tick preventative, and a free well visit to the vet. So you really can't beat what you're getting for that price. If you're interested again in Jupiter, you can stop in and visit him here at the shelter. The last dog that we have on the show for you today is Jack. Looks can be deceiving. A lot of people think that he is a lab puppy. He is actually 3 to 4 years old, and he is a lemon and white beagle mix. So that's kind of where his short stature comes from. He is very sweet, very affectionate, but he's also a little nervous, a little scared. So he's one of the dogs that you just need to be patient with and letting him warm up to you. In our assessment here, we've discovered that he really loves to be petted. He likes that. He is a little cautious. He reacts favorably to other dogs, but he barks at them, which is, pretty easy to deal with. He is easy to obtain. He is a little nervous, and he kind of lags behind when walking, so he's still learning how to walk perfectly on a leash, and he's not capable of walking on with you when he gets scared. So if dogs are barking too loud, he gets a little nervous and doesn't know what to do, so he kind of stops there. What he really needs is someone who is going to lavish him with love and help him learn how to relax and be more confident. But he is very sweet, and he has some good foundational things. He did a nice sit for Randy earlier. He's taking the treats very nicely. So he has a lot of that great potential. He just needs to be with somebody who is going to show him that he's loved and boost his confidence so that he can be a little bit more outgoing and show his true personality. Because he is an adult dog, he is going to be adopted for that same $92.50 adoption fee. And another important thing to know about Jack is that he did test Lyme positive. We are not currently treating him with any antibiotics because he's not symptomatic. Again, just like with Oreo earlier with his Ehrlichia, it's something that you want to talk to your vet about and make sure that you understand those illnesses and you are prepared to take those things on as well as the normal behavioral things with any dog. It's always, can you take on both the medical and the behavioral aspects of any of the dogs that we're adopting out here at Frederick County Animal Control. So that's going to wrap it up for the dog portion of our show. After the break, we're going to come back and introduce you to 6 cats that are looking for forever homes here. Again, during the month of July, we are participating in the Maryland 2000, so we have some great cats and we have some great discounts and adoption fees that we're going to talk about a little bit more when we come back after the break.
Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center is teaming up with more than a dozen shelters this July for the Maryland 2000. The goal of this statewide event is to find new and loving homes for at least 2,000 unwanted cats and kittens. For the entire month of July, Frederick County Animal Control will be reducing the adoption fee for all of our fantastic felines to $15.50. Regular adoption procedures will still apply. For more information about this event, visit frederickcountymd.gov/FCAC.
Welcome back. This month, July, Frederick County Animal Control is participating with about more than a dozen other shelters in the Maryland 2000, which is a program that's designed to help get at least 2,000 animals into cats and kittens into loving homes during the month. Since we are participating in that, we have reduced our adoption fees down to $15.50 for the entire month of July. That $15.50 goes towards rabies vaccinations and county licensing, things that are required here in Maryland and here in Frederick County for all of the cats and dogs to have. Our first guest is Martha, and she is a stray cat that made her way here to the shelter. She's approximately 1 year old. She's medium hair, and so because she's a stray, we don't know a lot of information about her. What we have seen here in the shelter is that she can be a bit shy, but that she's also perfectly content, sitting on Randy's lap, getting lots of love and attention, kind of looking around, seeing what things are going on. So She's going to be one of those ones again where you kind of have to give them a little time to warm up. She does kind of hide behind her bed in her cage, but if you stop by, you want to definitely look in all those cages and see what's available. Some of the cats are so shy that they're even hiding under their beds. But once people stop and visit with those guys, they really open up, they come out, they love the attention, so don't discount or look beyond the shy cats. One thing that you would notice about Martha if you stopped and visited with her is that she does have a little hair loss in some places. Our vet thinks that that's likely due to a flea allergy. We have treated her for that, but it is recommended that she be on flea and tick preventative all year round. Even if she's an indoor cat, it's something that you want to make sure that you're maintaining for her, because one flea bite could really be very painful for her. It could cause more hair loss. So you really want to keep an eye on those things and make sure that she's getting that preventative. There are different brands, so you should always consult your vet about which is the best one for you and your animal. If you're interested in adding Martha to your family, please stop in and visit with her. You'd have to read her medical profile first, as long as she is available to take more applications, and then you would be able to visit with her outside of her cage and get an idea of what her personality is really like. We have cats of all ages here on the adoption floor right now. We have kittens that are as young as 2 months and a couple of weeks, and then the oldest cat that's on the floor right now is Mimi. She is 12 years old, and she is a talker. She will definitely let you know how she's feeling, and she's also a cuddler. A lot of times she's talking to you because she wants to get your attention and she wants to be petted and loved on. She is a bit of a big girl. She weighs in at over 12 pounds, and she's an older girl. So when you're taking home an older cat, you have to be careful of watching their diet, making sure that they're at a good weight, because as animals age, they can get arthritis, and just like a person could. She also had some mild irritation on her skin, some cloudy eyes, just things that are part of an aging cat. So you want to make sure that when you're considering taking Mimi, that you also understand that that might be a bit of a larger financial commitment as she ages and her medical needs increase. She was brought here to the shelter because her family was unable to take care of her any longer. She's apparently gets along with other cats. She's been around men, women, strangers. We haven't seen anything here about children, but I don't know why she wouldn't be able to thrive in a home with young children. It's always important for kids to understand the body language of the pets that they're taking on, whether it's a cat, a dog, a guinea pig, so that they can communicate effectively with the animals and avoid getting hurt, scratched, or bitten. Those are usually the last resorts for the animal to communicate. They're usually giving you those body language cues, those verbal cues, so that you can back away and stop doing what you're doing before it gets to that point of maybe giving you a swat with some claws out. They again say that she is a cuddler and a talker. She's very sweet here in the shelter. She comes right up to the front of her cage. She wants to be rubbed on and loved on. So if you're looking for a kind of more mellow lap cat, then Mimi would be a great fit for you. Again, all animals this month are $15.50, so the normal senior adoption fee reductions are not applying this month because we're giving you that greater reduction as part of the Maryland 2000. If you're interested in adopting Mimi, please stop in and visit her here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. We've got another orange tabby for you. This is Scarlet, and she's 1 to 2 years old. She's a domestic short hair, and she's another one of our shyer cats. She kind of likes to hang out behind her hammock and kind of peek out the side curtain and see what's going on. But she's very sweet. She's just a little unsure right now. The shelter is a scary place. There's lots of new noises, lots of new smells. There's people everywhere. So it can be a little bit terrifying for the animals. And so that's why they're kind of shy. Once you get them into a home environment, they can really show more of their true personality when they start to become comfortable. But shy animals will take longer to adjust in a new home. Scarlett was previously owned. She just was not thriving in a house with a new baby. So they brought her to us so that we could find her a new home where maybe she will feel more comfortable and really thrive and be the best version of herself. They did say that she was a little shy, so that's something that it's not just here. It's everywhere that she's a little bit shy, maybe a lot of strangers coming over to the house. She might be one of the ones that prefers to hide in a safe place until they leave. She's very friendly. They say that she's a lap cat, that she's independent and she's calm, she's friendly. All of those things, again, she might be more willing to show those once she feels safe and comfortable in a new home environment. Yeah. Here, she's a little scared. She's gone from her cage now out to another place in the shelter that's new that she's not familiar with. And so she's kind of trying to hide and get to one of those spots where she feels safe. When we send cats home especially, we do encourage you to keep them isolated for 10 days in one room of your house. And that's really to the benefit of animals like Scarlett, who are easily overwhelmed in new areas. You give them that one space that's a little bit smaller. They feel comfortable in that space. You guys go in and interact with your new adopted pet. And then after the 10 days, they're more confident in their space, and then they're not necessarily going to be running through your house and hiding under your couch because they're scared. They have that confidence in their new area. They trust you, so they're going to go and explore, but again, not necessarily hiding in fear. And that's why one of the many reasons that we encourage people to do that when they're taking home one of our cats as a new pet. If you're interested in taking home Scarlett, you can visit her here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. Again, the adoption fee for this month, the month of July, is $15.50. This big guy is Connor, and he weighs in at 17 pounds 12 ounces. He could benefit from a bit of a diet, but he is a very, very sweet cat. He is a love bug. All the volunteers that I've talked to have nothing but great things to say about Connor. He's very sweet, loves to be petted, will crawl out on your lap. But one of the things is a lot of people who are visiting the shelter probably won't see Connor, because here he is very, very shy, and he prefers a little bit of privacy, so he hides under his bed most of the day. I have recently put pictures on of him on his cage, so you can see what he looks like, see if you want to stop and visit. Once people are there, he comes out and he enjoys the attention, but the noises and stuff are a little bit too much for him, and he likes to be by himself, safe underneath his bed. Connor came to us because of allergies in the home. Through no fault of his own, he's not doing anything behaviorally that caused him to be brought here. It was just somebody else's allergy issues. According to the previous owner, he is a very good, loving cat. They brought him here because they had no other choices. He's great with kids. He's been around other cats, other dogs. He is shy, but he's very calm. He's easy to handle. He's a lap cat. He can be very playful. He uses his scratching pads and posts. So he is just a fantastic cat who needs a second chance at a forever home. He's about 4 to 5 years old, so he's still relatively young. Again, he would benefit from that diet and a lot of exercise, so laser pointers, toys with the strings, getting him out there, getting him moving around. And again, as we've talked about with some of the other shy cats that we've had on the show today, being very patient, being very understanding, allowing them to come out on their own. You know, when you're putting them in those isolation rooms for 10 days, once you're ready to have them come out into the rest of the house, not forcing that issue, just kind of opening the door and letting them come out on their own. I've talked to people who have had shy cats before, and when they opened the door, it was kind of like the first couple days, they still hung out in there, and then gradually they started exploring the hallway, and then they felt comfortable in the hallway, and then they're working their way into the rest of the house. So it's just about giving them time and being patient. And if you're ready to give Connor the time that he needs, you can visit him here at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. We're located at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. The last guest that we have for you today is Natasha. She is another one of our longtime residents. She arrived in the shelter mid-April, and she's still looking for her new forever family. She's about 1 to 2 years old. She is a beautiful tortie. She's got some great markings. She's really striking. Everybody stops by and comments on how beautiful she is, but some people aren't prepared for the magnitude of Natasha's tortitude. She is definitely a sassy girl. She is the quintessential cat in that she pretty much does what she wants when she wants to do it. She has times where she really loves to be petted and cuddled with and played with. Times where she would prefer to be off by herself. So if you're looking for a cat with a really big personality who maybe isn't really needy and needs you to be around all the time and is okay with having some alone time, then maybe Natasha is what you're looking for. She does have some cute little quirky things. I was watching her eat the other day, and she does not eat out of her bowl like all of the other cats. She takes a couple pieces out with her paw and puts it down on her rug and then chooses to eat from her rug, one spoonful or pawful at a time, as it were. So she has some really cute things about her. She's just kind of a little bit of sweet and sour. The yin and yang situation, which torties are kind of known for. She's very beautiful. She's a good size. She's an adult, so she's not going to get any bigger. So it's just one of those things where you have to understand that she's going to have a little bit of that sassiness to her. She's going to want to be the diva of your house and be the queen of the castle. That's going to wrap it up for this week's show. We hope that you'll stop in and visit with us and take advantage of the discounts that we have going on, again, for all of the cats. And then we have several promotions going on for the dogs as well. Colonial Jewelers Diamonds in the Rough, senior discounts, bonded pairs, who are discounted because you have to take 2. So there's a lot of stuff going on at the shelter. Stop in and visit and see what we have going on.